Would it be fair for us to say almost, or rather, both the Labour Party and the PDP tried to outdo each other?
Do you have evidence of the PDP doing that?
Do you have any
You
evidence
don't.
of the? Because Chamberlain asked you earlier on if you have facts of what you have said the Labour Party did, and you said you didn't come with it. So how
No,
then?
he asked the facts of the projects as stated in the Ondo State budget. You don't confuse these issues
As well as,
you get me? And we have mentioned names.
You know, I was just wondering, I mean, you know, you talked about having evidence of ballots being snatched and violence, disruptions. Would I thought that you would have been able to show
I would have
one
given
or
you
two
2 instances. We finished collation yesterday. We were in a meeting when I learned I had to appear here. You get me? By the time I proceeded to move here, it was very late at night. I woke up very early this morning. My preparation to show you most of this collated evidence, which are still in progress by the activists of my party, will probably not be as expectant as you are. My reference to certain issues here are official, and official things are not hidden. You get me?
Yeah, because
so please,
I'm just
as
wondering,
it is,
for those,
from
just
what
a minute,
is coming.
just a minute. I'm just wondering, for those who were not there, who are just hearing what happened for the first time, they'll have a lot of questions, because if you're saying these things and you can't show them what actually happened, other than what they know about,
between you and I,
it's inconclusive.
Chamberlain, between you and I, we know there is no result for Ward 2. And we know there is a result for my ward. For example,
you are the one saying it.
I'm from Ahiri ward. There's a result for my ward, declared by INEC. Read there that you can see if you go through the full details.
What's the result
but between you and
for
I,
your ward?
In my ward, the PDP had 1,922, the Labour Party had 1,458, the APC had 799, the ACD had 11, DPP had 31.
So in your ward, the PDP won?
Yeah, the PDP did win.
It was
we had instances of 3 of the units, which are likely also going to go through this rerun phase, where these violences were perpetrated.
There was violence in your ward as well?
In Igbogi unit, in Ikwepe unit, that was where the SA on special matters, Temituru, did jump into the river with the electoral materials.
He swam away with it. He can swim.
And guy, once you have put paper into water, what is the use of it again now?
No, because
when you put paper into water, Suleiman,
when
you know what is next now.
I don't.
Have you ever seen a river and paper before?
Because you know it's a river. It's a riverine area, and when we hear people jump into the river with a
we are
ballot
near
box,
fishes. We are very amphibious people.
So they
have capacity to live both in the water and then outside of it, albeit not as long as the gilled fishes. So this is Ilaje and SLD. It's a special terrain. We know what our people suffer.
Was there any
official?
Was there any official of the commission present while all this was happening?
They were there. The reports are well written. And you see, coming to this place with reports upon reports of what had been written, like I said, it was still under collation. This is just barely for 8 hours. It took about 1 to 2 o'clock yesterday to get a final proclamation on the declaration of this matter. Okay. Now, somebody who is agitating that there should be a declaration and still boasting that he has capacity to win in the disputed ward, they are inconsistent with one another. Basically, what we are all looking towards is to go into that final phase and see who
what
is
day
more
is that? It's
popular.
not been announced yet.
That is left to the INEC.
Okay.
We'll continue to make our preparations and see it happen.
But it looks as if one thing is clear. At the end of the day, if the result does not go the way of the PDP, there is tribunal. You will go to the tribunal. From the look of things.
That will be left as to a decision of the PDP. Even when we had claims to have won the gubernatorial election, we still stay within peaceful means of exploring this. We are people given to intellectual pursuit of developmental issues and the social welfare of the people.
In other words, the people will then expect that when the court rules on this matter, maybe at the
it
final
depends on the
instance,
exigencies. Even if you had to
it
eat.
Depends?
If you had to eat and then it was already 11 o'clock at night, you may just decide to just fast till 7 a.m. in the morning.
So beyond the court, isn't it the place to go and get the verdict?
If I decide to eat at 11 a.m. and I can spend 5,000 naira, you just wait about this exigency. If I decide to eat at 11 p.m. at night, which is my right, and I see that, look, spending that 5,000 naira to eat will still get me food and I may not likely die, I can decide to wait till morning.
How does it
concern? Basically, we are staking our claim to this election as our popularity, that we have the capacity to win and we are the more popular party. We may not have money as the party in power.
Well, it's up to the
we
people.
have just 7 months
It's up to
the
the
next
people to
general
decide.
election. So
It's
you
the
leave that
people-
to the people and the party.
It's the
what
people that
decision
will
we're going to take
decide
next.
who is popular. And when does
The people
popularity
will
win
decide who is
elections in
popular.
this
The
country?
PDP will decide its next course after the election. But I'm sure we'll be holding a press conference of jubilation.
But as long as the court rules, all parties have to accept it, whether they want to eat by 12 midnight or not.
That's not well.
Okay.
God
Olole
accept what
Moneyin
we eat.
is the PDP chieftain in Ondo State. Thank you for coming on this.
I didn't make one point that you needed
No,
to.
wait.
I just need a minute to this because there's a launch pad for every activity that you saw there. When you call a meeting of your special assistants and tell them that if they lose their offices. In most of this
Can
involvement,
you say this for sure?
in most
Because
of this,
these are
all
allegations. How do we substantiate?
the
That's the point.
consistent,
How do we
all the
substantiate what you're
consistent
saying?
players in this scenario are all special assistants to that government.
Okay. Thank you for coming on all this saying, though. All right, just a minute. Ayatollah Balogun standing by with the headline news. Go ahead.